Okay, Jerry, let's take a look at first things first here and get you back on track. I just, I have come to loathe a slice in senior golfers just because it's a power outage. And, you know, the last thing that any of us need is a power outage. So I used to be able to fade the ball or draw the ball and not lose much, but I have to play everything with a draw. It goes on a lower flight and it runs further. And, you know, even my irons, I play like that now because anytime you have something like this cutting across from the outside, you can hit, for example, you can hit here a square face slice. And people don't realize that, but you can hit a slice with the face square, and I'll show you how that works. Okay. So there, if you look at this, and there's the target line, right? That face looks really square, yeah? Now if I go back here, and I look at the club, if I were to draw a line like this, now the face is not square to it, right? The face is open to that part. So when you're coming from the outside, cutting across it, you're really kind of wiping the ball. And that's what we know is the problem. So let's stay right here with your driver. I'm going to get back to where we were. And the reason I just threw that ball out there is you've seen me do this before, but I'll show you another illustration. That is like if you're 12 o'clock up here, you know, that like if this be 12, then you want to start thinking more along the lines of swinging out here to 1 o'clock. What we call a little more inside out. You'll never really be inside out, but I want you to feel that way. You know, like you're hitting behind the runner in baseball. How to do that? Okay, so you get, excuse me for yawning, you get a big shoulder turn as best you can, and your hands are deeper than much deeper than what we used to have. I remember a time when they were in here. I like the flat left wrist. I remember the time that was a little bit cupped there too. So the thing is though, when you draw an imaginary sort of incline down from your hands to the ball, you have to work that hand path down under here. You can't get the hands too close to that imaginary incline there, because if you do, the club head's going to go outside of it. Right there. That's just a little too close. We want you to drop it. We had it. If you look at some of your pictures from last year, and if you don't have any, I'll send you some from the archive. We had it drop further inside. We really did, and it's and I think the instruction that you got this year was, you know, was pretty good. That idea of following through. Okay, but with knowing your history, I'm concerned about you thinking about following through or turning through, whatever you want to call it, the ball, because if you get outside and turn through, it's, you know, it's of no use. It's just another a problem with a problem, more or less. I can't get this started here. There we go. And again, I'll give you the old model that I always use for these. because it's the best one to watch. You know, there's that incline that I was talking about, that imaginary incline. And he does it excessively, but every player to some degree does that. So there's a dropping under and the shaft flattening. That's too steep. There's no way to recover from that except to pull away from the shot. So if you set impact there, you'll see what I mean. It's just really a lot steeper than where we started. So we're going to go right back to the shaft plane. We're going to go right back to what got us there before, and that is hitting more from the inside and flatter. You know, we're going to hit a lot of balls with the ball above your feet. Don't ground your club. Hit some irons off tees. Keep the club up in the air a little bit. Hit drivers off of a higher tee than you normally do, and keep the club up in the air a little bit. I want to get a feeling of a round, you know, sidearm, skipping a stone across a pond, merry-go-round, that image, you know, like something like, you know, this image, because right now we're definitely more on this side of things, the vertical side. So that's where we're going to begin. I think your grip is good because you hit some good hard draws when you did keep it inside, so I don't think we need a grip change. Just relax the grip and make sure you keep your release going all the time. I want to get you, but to come inside, to release, you have to come inside, because if you come over the top and release, then you just get a pull draw. So that's where we'll start this year. Okay, I'll see you soon.